This video is a video on why I choose the Glock 19 as my everyday carry gun. Just the reliability, capacity, and the ergonomics of the gun for me. So I have several reasons why I'm choosing the Glock 19 as my everyday concealed carry handgun. First and foremost, what I want to say is that most of the guns that I have and most of the guns that are on the market that are similar to the Glock 19 in terms of size, capacity, function, all of that stuff, there's plenty of them out there, and they're all wonderful, great, reliable guns. So this is definitely not something that's saying that the Glock 19 is necessarily better than all of these different kinds of guns, but for me and for what I want to have a carry gun be able to do and afford, it's the best choice for me. And I'm just going to harp on a little bit on why. All these guns here are cleared and are open here. But basically, I mean, I was moving a little bit towards the more compact, guns, like you're talking about, like your Shield 9mm here, your Glock 43, and basically, I was moving a little bit to see about carrying these type of firearms, just for the sake of their size and their relative concealability, that basically gives me the ability to carry incognito and covert whenever I wanted to. So I was switching over to the Glock 43 quite a bit, and I was looking for a solution to the mag capacity of the Glock 43, just because while for OEM mags it runs flawlessly, the aftermarket stuff I didn't find was very reliable at all. And it is still a 7-round gun. That's a 6 magazine and 1 in the chamber. So I started moving again towards the 19 because of capacity. I recently saw a video that kind of confirmed what I had been concerned about with capacity. It's not something that I can show here on YouTube because they'll obviously take it down. It's violent. You can see it on that BitChute website. Whereas you had an individual that was, I'm guessing, on something that was approaching a sheriff's deputy. Sheriff had his gun drawn and was, giving the ample warnings for the person to stop. The man was attacking him with I think a giant 2x4 stick or something, swinging it at his head. So after several failed attempts at trying to get the person to put the weapon down and to stop, the person with the 2x4 charged at the officer. So the officer shot him once in the chest, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. On the 12th shot, the person finally dropped. Now, while he was being shot, he was just walking forward, smiling, just, letting the person know that he wasn't feeling anything. That's 12 shots that it took, all right? And this was pretty much point blank range. So these bullets weren't missing. You could see them impacting the person's chest. And so 12 shots, that is that's 2 magazines for the Glock 43. That's 1 and then a reload, all right, in the midst of that kind of close quarter fight. So, and even with your Shield 9mm, with your original Shield, it would be still 2 magazines. So you'd get one 8-round magazine in there, and then you'd have to reload, all right? Now, if you're talking about the EZs and the P365s that'll hold sometimes 12 rounds, that would still be 1 magazine. You'd be down a magazine. So hopefully the guy would drop at that point. With your bigger guns, with your Glock 19s and your Glock 17s, the capacity is enough there to where you're having 16 rounds in here. It's 15 in the magazine plus 1 in the chamber. And at least in that particular horrific situation, you'd have more ammunition awaiting you if you needed it in that firearm. So it just kind of confirmed again to me what I was thinking about capacity being one of the really, really strong points in a concealed carry weapon. Because honestly, you just don't know what kind of threat you're going to go up against. So having a limited amount of ammunition in your handgun is something that I don't think is the best practice if it can be helped. Okay, now obviously you have states that have different requirements and things like that. That's a completely different argument about whether that's good or not. But as far as me and you know, my concern with this stuff, I've decided too that capacity does, you know, is important to me. It does play a role in my my concealed carry gun. So obviously with something as big as like a Glock 17, I was not comfortable as far as carrying this covertly and concealed. I mean, yes, I can do it, but this particular gun and guns the same size, the full size handguns, duty guns, were too big. They're just going to stick out. You're going to have to dress around the gun a lot, and it's not something that I wanted to, you know, be constantly thinking of or worried about with a carry gun. So while the micro guns were a lot nicer in that respect, the capacity with them, it was just not something that kind of made me feel at ease at all times. So I switched more to the semi-compact things like the P365, the the P320, the Glock 19. You got the M&P, you know, 2.0, those kind of things. And all of those work well. With the Sig, I liked the P320 a lot. It was a beautiful, wonderful handgun, ergonomically well, really nice feel, really nice way of shooting. It points well. Obviously, I got the upgrade for the trigger. I'm not going to get into too much with what was going on with Sig, but just for my state of mind, I wanted to make sure that Sig kind of had all its stuff together with its issues that were going around before I had 100% confidence rate to carry it in the appendix position. So while I like the gun and the gun works well, and I've never had an issue with this particular pistol, I'm not going to carry it. Again, that's just me. So the Glock 19, okay, this is the Gen 3. We've got some decent night sights, the True Glow night sights on it. This one is actually gone past 12,000 rounds. This has been a great pistol. I might do a video on that a little bit later on with this. But again, the one that I'm actually carrying and the one that I'm the most comfortable with at this particular point is that Gen 5 that you've all seen. So at Gen 5 Glock 19, I've decided for this one that this is going to be my everyday carry. Even when I need like covert or, carrying with like maybe possibly a non-permissible place or something. What makes that possible, obviously, as I mentioned before, was that ulti-clip that you can put onto any of your generic Kydex holsters. And with this clip, the gun goes very deep on the inside, and you can actually, I found out you can carry the Glock 19 just as covertly and just as deep carry as you could the Glock 43. And it's just as comfortable for me. So while yes, the Glock 43 is smaller and technically, yeah, you can make it disappear just a little bit more. With the right kind of setup, this 19 is not hard to make disappear as well. So as far as the capacity, you got 15-in-1 in the chamber, plus a reload, or two reloads if you want. I think it's a very formidable, nice addition to any kind of concealed carry. A lot of people talk about the ergonomics of the Glock 19s, of the Glocks in general, that they, they'll shoot high or they'll shoot left or they do this, they do that. I really haven't found that to be the case. I've shot them a lot, and just for my personal standpoint, I like the way that they shoot. I think they're flat shooting. I think that they have a natural point of aim that when you have a decent draw and it comes out, that they're on target really, really quick and fast. They're extremely reliable. You get them dirty, you get them messed up. They're easy to take down and clean. They're a good overall pistol still. The Glock 19 is, I mean, people say it's obsolete now because of all this other stuff that's on the market. But honestly, I still think that the Glock 19 is that unsung hero, that Goldilocks, gun that's on the market, and that's the one that I'm feeling the most confident with. It's the pistol that I shoot the best, that I've competed with, and that's basically going to be it. This particular Glock 19 is the MOS. I can choose to put a red dot on it if I want to. I haven't done that yet. I've shot with MOS dots before on Glocks. It's good. I haven't been sold on it yet as far as just a carry piece, but that's just me. Nothing wrong with it. I think that they're great. Obviously, everything here is just stock. I did the stippling job myself with the gun, and kind of goes all the way around here on the edges here, and so it's a gun that I'm extremely familiar with, extremely comfortable with, and the sights on it are not the traditional plastic dovetail holders. They're basically metal sights, but they are Glock OEM metal sights, so steel sights on the Glock with the same kind of Glock sight picture. A lot of people hate the Glock sight picture. I like it. I'm able to pick it up fast and able to to put rounds on target when needed, even at long distances with them. So I do enjoy that particular sight picture. It's rail accessible, so I can put flashlights on it if I need it. All that kind of thing. The extended mag release here, the bigger mag release, so you're not having the that smaller, unlike the Gen 3s, those smaller little mag releases. So they've switched on to that a lot of people like. Ambidextrous slide release or slide stop, depending on how you roll with that, and front slide serrations on the front there of the barrel. So again, nothing tricked out about it. I keep my guns pretty much stock. I'll change out sights sometimes. I don't change out triggers. I'll do maybe a basic stipple job on some of them, but as far as that's the only really thing that I modify for these. The way that it allows me to carry is just good enough for me now. Now with the LT clips here and stuff, where the holster is and the actual way that the holster is riding is not outside the belt, but on the inside, with the belt actually pushing it back in and concealing more of the stuff. The gun basically becomes a lot more concealable than it used to be. So for me, that was the winning point with that. So Glock 19, again, for me, is the way I'm going to go. With the capacity, the reliability, the ergonomics with it, and the hideability of it, it just makes a lot of sense. So really, that's where I'm going to go to. I think to me, it's still kind of the king of the concealed carry handguns. It kind of does everything well. Yeah, sure, other guns may have just better things here and there for them, whether they might be a little bit smaller, or they might be a little bit more comfortable, or they might shoot a little bit better for some people. For me, this kind of checks all the boxes well. You can call it maybe a jack of all trades if you want, but it's been a reliable handgun. All of my Glocks have really never given me much trouble at all. Now, that being said, neither has the Sig or the M&P really either. I mean, they've been all great, wonderful pistols. But the Glock has kind of proven that it's still one of the most reliable for me. It shoots everything I put into it. So regardless of rounds that I'm finding, steel, aluminum, old, Winchester white box, Serbian stuff, Russian stuff, all these different types of ammos, dirty, not dirty, clean, it shoots them out fine. this particular one, this is now 5,000 rounds on here, and I'm going to be changing out some of the stuff with the spring and stuff probably soon. Probably not until about 7,000 maybe. But this particular one has never had any malfunction at all. No stoppages, no nothing. So very, very impressive. Again, we got 12,000 through the Gen 3. Okay, I've had maybe 2 stoppages with this one in all of those rounds. This has been an incredibly reliable handgun. This has gone through competitions. It's been dropped. It's been in the mud, in the dirt. Just a great, great overall handgun. My Gen 4 is 11,000 rounds. Okay, and so this one has been going strong as well. I've had 3 malfunctions on this one that I've kept track of, and this has been just great. And 2 of those I'm chalking up to the ammo itself anyway. So been a wonderful, great, reliable handgun. Really, really enjoyed it. The M&P Shield, I loved. It was a great gun. I've concealed carried it quite a bit, taken it on places where, you know, I wanted something kind of small and, you know, not too noticeable, back before I had the clips and stuff, and it was a great gun. It doesn't seem to like aluminum ammo, and that's not an issue if you're shooting, you know, for self-defense ammo, but I like a gun that can shoot anything that I put into it. It's just kind of a caveat to me. So there's that. The Glock 43, amazing little gun. Loved it a lot. I still like it. I still carry it. I wish it had a little bit more of in the capacity department. It's just me. And yeah, there's all these aftermarket stuff with it, but I don't like putting aftermarket stuff into my guns. So there's that caveat to it. The Sig P320, awesome gun, shoots well, love it, great. It's I had a little bit of an issue with not this particular gun, but just the Sig P320s in general. They have a little of a black sheep going around that needs to be addressed a little bit more, I think, before I'm comfortable carrying it all the way. So other than that, we're going to just kind of stick with the Glock 19, this particular Generation 5. This is my everyday concealed carry. This is my gun. This is what I'm going to carry, covert, concealed. I'm comfortable. It doesn't press up against my skin. It doesn't make me feel like there's something there all the time. With this particular setup, with this particular clip, this gun feels like I'm carrying the Glock 43 again. So that's basically it. So again, this is just a different feel for my videos. I was just going to try to do something like this, just to see where it goes. There'll be some changes coming here in the near future. I'll be working on a book that I've published that's kind of selling a little bit. Nothing gun related. It's a fiction horror story. So if you guys are interested in that, I can show you that, or I can talk about that a little bit. But this is like my gun channel, so I don't really do that here. And that's about it. I'm probably going to be, if I do more videos, it'll be from probably a different range, going to I'm going to a bigger tactical range, something with some 360-degree capabilities for training, which is going to be good. So again, just different things coming in the future. I've got into prepping a little bit more than usual, just due to stuff that's going on in our country right now. I've always been kind of a prepper a little bit, but kind of these last couple of years I've kind of put it into overdrive, so I might talk about that a little bit. So anyway, that's my video with this. Again, the Glock 19 has been just a great gun, and you know, hopefully you enjoyed that video. Again, it's just kind of like a little tabletop face-to-face thing here. You know, I don't script these videos. I just kind of sit down and start talking. And so I am the way I am. So it's, you know, what you see is what you get with these videos. Again, I legitimately am just some guy. So, but I do know that, you know, people tend to like the videos that I put up. I've got, I think, almost 100 subscribers right now. And honestly, I thank you for that. I didn't really start doing this for all that. This was just, you know, something I was doing for fun, and it still is. But I appreciate you guys. So if you guys want me to talk about something else, let me know. So that'll be it. You know, if you agree, you know, that's great. You know, say you agree. If you disagree, that's great also. I mean, everybody has different types of stuff for them that they like and what works for them. This is just what I've decided works for me, and just showing you that much. So again, I'm just some guy, so my opinion probably doesn't even matter. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.